Hey guys, welcome back to the channel. I know it's been a while since I've done one of these. I've been super busy. So right now I'm going to do an unboxing of the iPhone 16e that I picked up on Boost Mobile. I got this phone for $99. Plus you have to get the first month, which is I think $60 plan. So it comes out to about $150 plus some tax. I think I paid out the door. I think it was like around 170. So that includes the first month of service and I think the sales tax for the phone and all that stuff. So basically you're getting a brand new iPhone 16e for about $150. Now the phone itself, like I said, is $99, but you are required to get at least the first month. And after the first month, you're good to go. So, and if you have another line on Boost, you can, transfer, this phone to that line or whatever. So let's go ahead and see what's inside. Here is the device, iPhone 16e. All right, here's the box. Now the box is just a typical iPhone box. Nothing special. It's got some weight to it. So kind of interested to see how heavy this phone is. So I prefer phones on the lighter side, but let's see what's up here. So let's go ahead and remove this from the bottom here. So you know this phone was never used. It has all the seals. All the Apple seals are here. So the phone is definitely brand new. Now they probably did like pre-install all the stuff for Apple. I mean for Boost Mobile to lock the phone. So this phone is going to be locked for about a year. So if you have, Boost Mobile, you have to have this phone for about a year to get it unlocked. For $99, I mean, I would, you can't complain. So here's the device. Now, I got this black one. It's got this matte black finish. Oh, I really like this. It's not glossy. It's matte. It's really, really nice. Now, they had a white one too, and I decided to go with this color for some reason. I really like it. Now, let's go ahead and get this off. Oh yeah, that's the best part. Put that to the side, and here is the packaging. As you can see, you get a Type-C cable and nothing else basically. And I think you don't even get a SIM injection tool because this phone comes with an eSIM, so we don't need to put a SIM card in there. Well, the presentation is pretty soft, to be honest with you. Yeah, there's no experience there. So anyway, let's go ahead and boot this thing up and see if there's any juice here, and see if there's any battery life. Now, one thing I'm going to do while this thing is loading up is I want to compare the size to the iPhone 13, so you guys can see the difference in size and weight. Now, right here, right next to me, let me grab my iPhone 13. All right, take the case off. Now here's my iPhone 13. And here is the iPhone 16. Now if you look in the back, the iPhone 13 looks like it's slightly bigger, bulkier, but the screen size is going to be the same, 6.1 inch on both of these. The iPhone 13 has this shiny, glossy back finish, as you can see. And this one is a matte, which I really actually like. All right, so anyway, let's go ahead and get this thing started up, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so the phone is rebooting. What I'm doing is I'm basically activating it on the Boost network, so it's going to take some time. Now, we'll go over some specs here. Now, this phone here uses the A18 Bionic, and it's got 8 gigabytes of RAM now. So they really upped the RAM game with Apple. Basically, previous phones, were giving you 4 gigabytes of RAM. Now you get 8 gigabytes of RAM on a entry-level iPhone is pretty good. So I think as far as performance, you're not going to have any issues with this device at all. And I think it also comes with 128 gigabytes of RAM, internal storage. Obviously, there's no SD card for external storage, but you know, you do get the iCloud, and you know, you can always transfer it over to a SD card. Um, you also get a 48 megapixel camera on this one. Now, only one camera, right? But it's a 48 megapixel, and it's got just a wide lens, doesn't have ultra wide, and I believe it also has a 2x. So I think the camera should be enough for most people. We'll take a couple pictures before I end this review. So let's go ahead and just finish setting this thing up. Now I'm going to continue with all this stuff here. All right, age range, Face ID. Let's go ahead and set this up real quick. All right, let me go ahead and set this up, guys. Real quick, let me set up the face. Move my head. All right, we're good with that. Face mask. No, don't use a face mask. Use face mask. Set up later in settings. All right. Face ID is set up. Let me do a passcode here. All right. Okay, got that done. All right, so. All right, so now we're going to go ahead and we can transfer from iCloud, from another iPhone. We're not going to transfer anything right now. So right now, we're just going to just start it the way it is. Actually, I can do ahead. Let me go ahead and transfer it from this phone, just in, you know, let's see how that works. So from another iPhone, all right. So, and here we go. This one's already popped up over here. Continue. All right, get the Face ID on this one, and waiting for the other iPhone. Let's go ahead and set that up. Hold your new iPhone to the camera, up to the camera, like that. Just like that. Okay. All right, there we go. All right, so technology, guys. You guys know that I'm an Android guy, so I'm not really very privy with iPhones, but it is what it is. Not that I don't use them, but I'm just not a huge fan of iOS. I do prefer Android. So let's go ahead and set up for me. And let me go ahead and set up, enter passcode of the other phone. All right, do that. And continue setting up your account. And that's the beauty of Apple, I guess. It's very simple to transfer data from one phone to the other. Now, you could also do a clean, you know, reset where you can just add another email that you want. You know, if you have too much storage on this one that you've already used up and you want to start from scratch, you know, basically, you can just do that and just set up another, you know, iCloud account. It depends, you know. Some people want to save all their data, which I usually just kind of like to start from scratch from every new phone that I get. I just kind of want to start with a clean slate, but it all depends on, you know, what you like and what you don't like. So here we are, signing me in, and let's take a look at other things here on the phone. On the bottom here, we have the Type-C, which is great. Finally, Type-C, which is awesome. You know, Apple's a little late to the game, but better late than never, right? And then I'm going to sign into this. And as you can see, both of them are really, really nice. Now with this one here, you're getting the Bionic A15 chip. Yeah, it's a couple years old. Here you're getting the newest, latest, and greatest, the same chip that's on the iPhone 16 Pro, 16 Pro Max. So you're not going to have any issues as far as performance-wise. Now, one thing I don't really like, but you get used to it, is that little ugly notch here on the top. It's grown on me. It doesn't bother me since they've gotten smaller over the years. And let's go ahead and just do this now. And it's gotten, like I said, they've gotten smaller over the years, and you can't really tell. So let's go ahead and do that later. Stolen device protection. All right, stolen device adds an additional layer of security. Okay, accessing your safe password requires Face ID to be sure it's you. Okay, we can do that. All right, no problem. All right, so getting all this stuff set up Apple Intelligence. Now you guys know I'm not really a fan of too much AI, so I'm gonna go ahead and set that up later. I'm not really. It's not my thing. Action button. We'll do that. Press and hold. Turn silent mode on and off. We got action button up here on the side. Customize it or just leave it the way it is. Let's see if we customize it. Silent mode. Switch between silent and ringer. Okay, we can do that. All right, so let's go back. All right, so continue. Transferring data from iPhone. So now it's going to transfer all the data from this phone to this phone, and then we're going to be on our way. Time remaining, it is what it is. So we're going to go ahead and finish that up, and then when that's done, I'll take a couple photos, kind of give you guys an idea what to expect, and I'll be right back. All right, guys, so I got everything loaded up. Everything's been transferred from this phone to this phone. So now I just want to go ahead and do a quick camera review and see if this single camera lens can hold up to the dual camera lens of the iPhone 13. So let's go ahead and take a photo here. All right, I got like a fake fruit basket here, and I'm going to take a photo of this, and let's see how well this 48 megapixel camera holds up. Just a quick and shoot, and there we go. All right, take a look at that. You can see the details. The details are really, really nice. Really, really nice detail here. You know, looks really, really good. I mean, this is a 48 megapixel camera. Although it is one camera, it does have a 2x zoom. So let's go ahead and see the 2x. 2x is still going to be pretty good. All right, that's a 2x. Now, how far can this go? We can actually go to a 10x. So let's see, 10x. Let's take a picture of 10x, and this is what it comes out to. So, as you can see, there's still quite a lot of detail there. Now, let's go ahead and do the same pictures here with the iPhone 13. All right, we're just going to do like a regular snap and shoot. Take a look at that. Looks really, really nice. Now, the zoom's not going to be quite there with the iPhone. All right, so how far can we go here? We can go 5x. And you still have quite a lot of detail. All right, for example, here, there's still quite a lot of detail. So, both cameras perform really, really well. Like I said, this one has a single camera, but does have a 2x. And this is only, I believe, this doesn't have a telephoto. So this one actually allows you to zoom 2x, and you can actually go up to 10x. So that's really, really nice. So if you're worried about cameras, I don't think you're going to have any issues with the iPhone 16e. Let's go ahead and take a picture of this here. And what I'm going to do is I'm going to take a picture of both of these phones so you guys can see in real time how these come out. Okay, so I'm going to take a picture here. I'm going to go ahead like that. And I'll take a same picture here. And let's see how that came out. And now you guys can take a look and tell me which one is better. Now, of course, when you put these phones together like that and you tap them, the files start wanting to transfer between each other. So that's kind of annoying at times, but it is what it is. So anyways, here's the picture with the iPhone 16e. And you still have quite a lot of detail there. And the same thing here. Honestly, if I'm looking at with the naked eye and somebody told me which one is better between these two, honestly, I really couldn't tell you the difference. I do believe you're going to get more detail here, slightly, because it is a bigger camera lens, it's a 48. But that doesn't mean that the iPhone 13 can't hang with the iPhone 16e. But at the same time, the iPhone 16e with one camera is probably just as good, if not better, than the iPhone 13 with two cameras. So you don't need two cameras to take better shots. I remember the Googles when they first came out, the Pixels only had one camera, and they were, some of the best. Same thing when they first came out. I believe it was the iPhone 6, and then they had the you know, the 5 and all those phones before had really good cameras, and they only had one camera. And the iPhone XR, 10R, or whatever you call it, one camera, and it was still a great camera. So camera wise, this one is very, very good. Now the selfie, haven't tried that yet. I'm gonna go ahead and do a selfie here and see what that's gonna look like. All right, let's do a selfie here. Now I'm using my Samsung S21 to actually S21 Fan Edition to make this video. So let's go ahead and, yeah, nice smile here. Let's see how that comes out. All right, so, all right, it's good. And that's a good picture. I mean, like I said, the selfie it's a good selfie. It's decent. I mean, let's go ahead and take a look how that selfie comes out with the iPhone 13, because we're comparing both of them. Now, what thing I do notice here, and if you're gonna notice what I noticed, check this out. The big difference that I've just noticed here between the iPhone 16e and the iPhone 13 is, take a look. Take a look. How much more crisp the iPhone 16e is. Yeah, where this one is kind of washed out. You see that? You see how this one is just like super crisp? So the selfie definitely goes to the 16e. This one is just not impressive at all. So, you know, if we're talking about selfies, this is definitely a way better phone as far as selfies are concerned. So, all in all, man, I'm impressed. I know a lot of people that did reviews on the 16e, they were bashing it and saying, well, why would anybody buy this phone? It's overpriced. But when you think about it, it's $599 if you buy a brand new unlocked, or you can get the regular 16 for, I think it's $799 for $200 more, right? But what are you getting extra? You're basically getting an extra camera that you're really not going to need. People don't realize that you don't need the extra camera, because most of the time the zooms, what I've noticed on most of the iPhones, even the iPhone 6 Pro, the zoom sucks. It really does, because you can't compare the zoom to the iPhone 6 Pro to the iPhone, you know, to the Google Pixel 9 Pro. I mean, here, just to show you guys how awesome the Google Pixel 9 Pro zoom is. I mean, this phone. So right here, I got my favorite phone of all the phones that I have, which is the Pixel 9 Pro, right? And the zoom on this phone is just insane, man. I mean, this thing can go up to like 25x. I mean, 30x. I mean, you can take this phone outside, and I've done it many, many times, and I've been able to take photos from, you know, half a mile out, and I can still see, you know, clarity. And so, like I said, I would not spend the extra money just to get, you know, an extra lens. I think this is fine. I actually really like it. To be honest with you, I'm surprised. I thought that I was going to hate it, and I was really like in a debate whether or not to get the 16e or just to get the, you know, you can get the iPhone 15 also right now on Boost for $199. It's $100 more than this one, but here you're getting the latest processor and you're getting the AI features. Like you guys know, I'm not really a fan of the AI features, but they're handy. If you like AI features, you can get it with this phone. The notch is probably the only thing that I'm not really happy about, but to be honest with you, look, it doesn't even bother me. I mean, you got the Pixel here, which is got the little punch hole. I still don't know why Apple doesn't want to go to the punch hole, but I guess there's a lot more going on over here, you know, because of the security and the face recognition and all that stuff. So, but anyways, it doesn't bother me at all. The screen is good. Now, I wish they put a 120 hertz refresh rate on these. That is really unacceptable. But that's the way it is. Even if you get the iPhone 16, you're going to get a, 60 hertz refresh rate. If you get the 15, you're going to get the 60 hertz refresh rate. But, for some reason, they want to differentiate the top tier models and their base models. The base model, you're going to get a really nice display. It's still an OLED, but you're not going to get, the 60, the 120 hertz refresh rate. But at the same time, do you really need it? Let's go ahead and go through Instagram here and see what's going on here. All right. And let's check that out. See what's going on here. All right. So Instagram. But you see when it scrolls through Instagram, you're still getting a little stutter. And that's only because of the 60 hertz refresh rate. So when you would scroll on Instagram on a Pixel, for example, you wouldn't have that problem. Because what would happen is, let's say you go to Instagram on a Pixel and you're just going to be able to just, scroll smoothly. Because Instagram is just going to, look at that. It's just like smooth animations. Now that's probably the only thing that I don't like, but at the same time, it's not a deal breaker. It's not really noticeable unless you really look for it. And, it would be nice if it did have 120 hertz, refresh rate, but hey, it is what it is. It doesn't. So, most people don't know about it. Most people, if you talk to people who have iPhones and you ask them how much, what's the refresh rate on your phone, they have no idea what they're talking about. Because Android users are more tech savvy, in my opinion, guys. So if you're, if you're an iPhone enthusiast, you have iOS, hey, I'm not mad at you, man. I'm just telling you, for my personal preference, I will take an Android phone all day. Now, of course, Android has a lot of different, levels of phones. You have the $100 phones, you have the $1,000 phones, and of course, most people always seem to think that when you get an Android, it's a cheap $100 phone. No. Samsung go from the A16 all the way to the, S25 Ultra, and every phone has a different price, 100, 200, 300, 400, 500, up to 1,000, up to 2,000, the Z Fold 7, whatever. So, but all in all, I think that you guys are going to like this phone. So far, I definitely like it. I'm going to get a case because you know me, I don't like to have, phones without a case on them. So I'm going to get a case, slap a case on this phone, and I'm going to use this phone for the next, however long until I get bored. So anyways, guys, hope you like this video. If you like this video, don't forget to subscribe down below. Hit the like. Leave some comments. Let me know what you think. Until next time, stay blessed, take care, and stay tuned.